live from the screen playing the live-action Dragon Ball Z movie on the way from the Azores with the little caption underneath it that says, "This film has been modified for content and to fit this screen. Edition of Business Pants." It's Business Pants!
Wrong. It's all wrong. Do you think I really paid for an actual airline that plays movies? Do you really think I can afford that?
You flew for like 12 hours, didn't you?
Yeah, there was no movies. Not even any meals. No meals.
12
No.
What did you eat and or do?
One airline had a screen that came down that just told you where you were on the journey, and I just stared at it.
I hate those. That's just the worst.
Yeah, because on the way home, I forgot to charge my phone, so I had literally nothing to do. It was glorious.
Joined today by Damion.
Yes.
What's my job again, Wallace?
We'll have to talk about that later. I don't know.
Very excited for your return. I'm the one true Matt Muscardi, Lord of Board Sabermetrics. All right, everybody calm down. In today's fetid bag of better late than never nuggets called January 9th, 2023, a How Out of Touch is Damion Quiztacular edition.
Let me admit to you, Matthew, that any headline or article that I came across on my 3-week glorious vacation, I intentionally ignored. I didn't want to know anything about anything that we covered here. No, really.
For like 3 full weeks, you've been in the dark.
Yes, I spend so much, as you know, I spend so much time looking at thousands of articles and headlines every week for us here that I just needed an effing break. I just couldn't take it anymore.
I'll tell you, I did it for like 2 of the 3 weeks, and it was terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You have a horrific job.
Horrible.
I don't know. You need to talk to HR about it or something.
Oh, and we have and I come back and we have a glorious full-time HR, the Money Whisperer.
We do. Now, she's not really HR. Jessie is everything.
Yeah. Okay, but she's a certified accountant, so that's basically HR. Right?
And Jessie's now with us full-time.
Thank you,
full-time Jessie. Now we can stop calling her the Money Whisperer, and we can just call her full-time Jessie.
Nice. Excited.
Some housekeeping up top. Thanks to our sponsor, S-Gage, your ESG data solutions provider, for sponsoring the show into this new year.
Wait, I thought they only got a ad read on Wednesday. They get it every day now, or what?
No, well, like I might have missed a Wednesday or two.
Okay.
So I just want to throw them some love.
I love S-Gage.
Because they're good. And they like what we do.
They better.
Also, show update for this week. Vivek Ramaswamy, the author of Woke Inc. and the founder of Strive Asset Management, was scheduled to join us on Thursday. He's had to reschedule to the following Thursday.
Oh.
So now we have no one anywhere.
Let me ask this aloud. Maybe it's rhetorical. Maybe it's not. Vivek, are you ever going to come on the show? Is he really
he's
definitely
going to come on the show.
Okay,
he's going to come.
This isn't a red herring.
This
Vivek?
isn't a red herring.
Okay.
I have his personal email account.
That doesn't mean anything. That means
forth.
nothing. That means zero.
It means that we're buddies now. So
okay, sure.
We'll have him next week instead of this week. But that means we'll have more time for maybe we can do our prediction show over 2 shows this year. Thursday, Friday prediction shows instead of just Friday, where we do 2 hours of predictions that no one wants to listen to. All right, for today, though, we have a what am I going to call this? Let's think of it. It is a news-tacular quiz edition of Damion Knows Nothing. Yay! So what I'm going to do for you is 2 things. All right, enough of that.
Yeah.
We're going to do some catch-up stories.
Okay.
Where for the 2.5 weeks that you were gone, I will throw some headlines at you, will test you, and you can learn about what happened. And then some stories from the last few days to get you up to speed of today. So it's just 2 quick parts. Ready?
I know that it's 2023. Is that right?
That is correct. Your math checks out so far. All right, here are the catch-up stories. Question number 1. Quiz question number 1. Mm-hmm. And if you're listening to this, you should play along, and you should get these right.
I am listening, so I will play along. Let's go. Come
on. After wrongly repossessing cars, foreclosing on mortgages, and charging a myriad of fees, mostly to poor and black people, and or black people, really, not just poor black people or poor people and black people. Wells Fargo settled with the Consumer Finance Protection Board for how much?
Wait, are these new things they're doing wrong?
These are, well,
Or
are they new things?
Is this a collection of malfeasances over the past few years?
This is an ongoing collection of malfeasance.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Wells Fargo. So, settled with the Consumer Finance Protection Board for how much? You going to give me some options?
Yeah, here are your options.
Yeah.
2.1% of their 2022 revenue.
Oh, God, okay.
4.6%, 7.2%, or 11.3%.
How am I supposed to know the answer to this?
This is exactly, I wanted to start you off badly.
I gotta go. I'm feeling pessimistic. I'm still feeling jet lag, so I'll go low. I'll go 2.1%. I'm feeling very. Oh, what's the answer?
Double it. The answer is 4.6%.
How do you feel about that?
Revenue.
You feel good about that?
It's actually a lot of 2022 revenue.
Okay.
But no one should feel good because they cost the actual customers their cars, homes, and an estimated billions of dollars.
Yeah, that seems terrible. And why do they get to settle? Why doesn't the Consumer Finance Protection Board? Why don't they get to tell them how much money to give?
Well, the Consumer Finance Protection Board doing anything is really
okay. All right, I like
story
that.
here because
I like the optimism there.
In the Trump administration, they neutered them.
That's
they
true.
didn't allow them to do anything.
That's
so this
true.
is pretty good. All right, you ready for the next question?
Absolutely.
The next question is, Warren Buffett added who to his highly diverse board of directors?
This is true. This happened while I was away?
This happened while you were away. He added
exciting.
somebody
Okay.
to his board of directors.
Probably
the board
the
of directors of Berkshire.
The only person in America who gets excited about stuff like this is me, by the way.
This is true.
All right.
The answers include his aunt's stepson.
Okay. Wait.
His son's nephew.
Okay.
Wait. His best friend's son.
Oh.
Or his wife's yoga instructor's bookkeeper.
That's how we hire. Wait.
That is how we hire.
Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna rule out stepson. I feel like he's way too clean to have step people in his family. There was no divorce in the Buffett family. How dare you?
You don't think?
Nah, it couldn't happen. His son's nephew. Is it possible to have can your son have a nephew? I don't even know what that means.
I didn't do the math on this. I don't know.
And the obvious answer here that is probably best friend's son. It just seems very Warren. I'll go with that.
That is absolutely correct. It was his mentor and confidant's son.
Who's that? Who is that?
Some guy. I don't know.
Who is his best friend? It's not Charlie Munger?
No, it's not Munger.
Okay.
It's a guy from like the 60s and 70s who was his confidant like long ago.
And so how old is this son? Is he like 114?
No, he's not that he's not that old.
Okay.
His name is Thomas S. Murphy Jr.
Shocking that's his name.
Jr.
I was expecting
the son of Tom Murphy.
I was expecting something more Portuguese or something.
My favorite part of the story, this is out of Barron's, was this line. Earlier this year, investment research firm MSCI criticized Berkshire's board composition.
Why?
Say
why?
That made the story. Some of the qualities MSCI criticized include entrenchment.
Oh. Did they define entrenchment in that article?
No, they didn't define it.
Who knows what that means other than me and you?
Yeah, they did say that some view entrenchment favorably.
Okay, that's sure. Maybe Vivek, who's coming onto our show, he's probably pro entrenchment.
We don't really know.
All
right. Question number 3.
Yes.
Tencent CEO Pony Ma accused his employees of what instead of working?
I like this. Pony Ma, Tencent CEO. Okay.
Yeah. They were surfing pornographic websites.
Well, that's a given. Yeah.
Watching their kids.
Also a given.
Working.
Yeah.
Looking for other jobs.
A third given.
Or chilling on the weekends playing ball.
I don't know what that means. Chilling on the weekends and playing ball? Isn't that what you're supposed to do when you have a job?
I mean, like, I one assumes you go home for the weekends. Yeah.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I mean, they should be blocking those pornographic websites, so I'll say that that's not it. Watching
Probably.
their kids. Okay, so this is work at home employee. I don't believe that Pony Ma lets his workers work at home, so not that one. Looking for jobs. They can also block monster dot whatever they use in China.
In China?
I'm going to say chilling on the weekends and playing ball because it's just absurd and it makes him look like a complete a-hole that he doesn't want people playing a little bit of handball on the weekend.
That would
Really?
be correct. He said
Wow.
he accused his employees of chilling on the weekends and playing ball
How
as part
dare
of a
they?
like digression about how lazy they were.
How dare they?
As in, we employ you for 40 hours a week and then you go home and chill and play ball.
All right, I don't want to sound ignorant here, but is the 40-hour-a-week mandate, is that true in all countries? Is that true for Tencent? Do you know this?
It's not true per se.
Yeah, I don't know how many hours salaried employees work at places like Tencent, to be honest.
I mean, what he's using this, he said this, first of all, he said it in an employee town hall, attacked those
Really?
employees for their quote inefficiency and laziness.
Okay.
And their lack of attentiveness to cost cutting.
Okay.
He said the whole quote is, "You can't even survive as a business, yet you're chilling on the weekends playing ball."
I would think that this is how the town hall would go if you had a company. Is Tencent the one? No, they're not the ones that own TikTok, are they?
No, that's ByteDance. Tencent is a video game developer and part of like a larger group, I think.
Okay. Never mind then.
But they own WeChat.
Which is like far and away the biggest chat service in China, no?
Yeah, it's
So
the
what about
everything
just a
app.
round of applause? Say thanks. And by the way, Pony Ma, you kind of want your workers playing ball on the weekend. I mean, that means they're going to have more energy during the week.
Unless they're so tired from playing ball.
I mean, how
that they
much
need to
ball
take
can you be
Monday
playing
off.
that you by the time Monday rolls around that you can't do your job?
Which ball do you think he would be more upset about?
Yeah,
like too,
that's a
like
good question.
Like is it squash that he's upset about, not basketball?
That's a good
is
question.
it like what is
What
he,
is
what
playing
not
ball
like?
to Pony Ma? Yeah,
I don't know. I don't, it was unclear. Chilling.
And I haven't heard. That's like a term from the 1950s. Who says playing ball? Like, can't you be more specific?
Well, he was going to say ballin', but I'm sure that that was a PR
That's a different
move.
thing. Yeah.
All right, question number 4.
Yes.
Catching you up. Southwest CEO apologized for stranding half of America for the holiday season by saying,
Yeah,
which of the following?
I did see this story. This is the one story I looked at because I was getting because we flew around a lot. I was getting a little freaked out by this. Yeah.
Yes. Well, you weren't flying Southwest, were you? To
Hell no.
Portugal?
I avoid Southwest anytime I can.
So here's your CEO apology options. Quote, no way to almost apologize enough.
I don't know what that means. Okay.
Quote, we can't say enough how sorry we are to most people.
To most people. But you can, though. You could keep saying sorry over and over and over until you die.
Quote, people deserve better service from someone.
Just not them. Yeah.
Or quote, as CEO, it's my responsibility to make sure someone does their job better.
Ouch. These are all fantastic. Can I just say all of the above? I love all of these answers. Can I say that?
Really good. You can. Yeah, you can say whatever you want. That is wrong.
Oh.
He said there's no way to almost apologize enough.
What does that mean?
I don't
Was
know,
that
but
off
I
the
love
cuff?
it.
What is that?
I love it. It was kind of
written
off the
for
cuff.
him?
It was like
Okay,
an interview, and I like that he just slipped almost in there.
I did some digging on this because I was somewhat intrigued. He still has his job.
He does. Not only does he still have his job, which is not confusing given the fact that the lead, quote, independent director on the board has been with the board for 22 years and has the second most influence at the company next to the CEO.
And this guy who just took over, I think his name is Roberts? Gary Roberts? Brian Roberts?
Gary Kelly?
Sure.
Kelly Roberts?
Is there a difference?
I don't know.
I just heard the same names repeated over and over. This guy, he's new to the job this year, but he's been at the company for decades. He's a company man.
For a very long time.
And here's what I noticed about this guy is that he's also a director at the Container Store. Okay.
I mean,
Help me understand this. He's the CEO of a company with a market cap of like $20 billion. And he's also wastes his time being a director at a company that's market cap is like $200 million.
Come on, what year is this? Musk just announced that or an analyst announced that they're thinking of taking SpaceX public, which mean Musk not only owns 4 companies and runs them as CEO, but 2 of them are publicly traded. One was publicly traded before he bought it. Like he would just. It's old school to be like, you can't be a director and a CEO.
Well, look, I'm just suggesting that's the easy punishment, is that you have to step down from Container Store.
Is that a punishment?
Easy. No,
Is that a punishment,
really
the
not.
Container Store?
No.
All right.
All right.
Question number 5.
Yeah.
Walgreens announced it would be the first U.S. pharmacy to sell what?
Okay.
Is it a seat on its board of directors?
It's not a bad idea if you're having revenue.
It's a great idea.
issues,
Auction
yeah.
a seat?
Sure.
Like,
actually,
imagine
that's
that.
a kind of a great idea, yeah.
Pharmaceuticals using an AI robot to measure doses.
Doses. To measure
So
doses.
the robot using AI would dose out, like, so you'd place the doctor would call up, and I guess the robot then.
And how many doses are we talking about? It's like uphill or
Yeah,
2
but like,
pills?
they calibrate
Do you need a robot
the
for that?
pills or whatever.
Okay.
I don't know. Blood testing that only requires a finger prick for over 200 blood tests.
That sounds very Theronis-y.
Or abortion pills.
Abortion pills. I like that. I'm just going to go with that because I hope that's true. Abortion pills.
That is 100%
Really?
true.
Good
Yeah.
for you, Walgreens.
So the Walgreens was the first to announce. CVS followed up, but the FDA said that abortion pills were basically could be sold over the counter now.
Nice.
And the Walgreens immediately announced that it would be selling them.
And you don't have to like get permission from your 8th grade English teacher or anything like to shame the woman. You don't have to do any of that kind of
No,
weirdness.
well, you still have to get a prescription, but you don't have to go in person and have people throw pies at you because they think you're Satan's child for even talking about your health.
And can this happen in all states?
No, it can't happen in the states that banned it. However, once you can get the prescription, it's just a matter of time before someone like mails it into a state.
How long is it before states start banning just several medications? Like we're starting with this one, but why not just ban Advil because some woke English major at Haverford is using Advil to write a paper about racism, and if she didn't have the Advil, she wouldn't finish the paper. Why don't we just ban Advil is what I'm trying to say.
First of all, you're discriminating against Haverford.
I know.
Now,
I just don't like saying Swarthmore. I don't like saying that word. I don't even know what that means, Swarthmore.
Moving on to number 6.
All right.
Twitter employees have started to bring what to the office after Elon Musk's cuts?
All right. Before you get to this, what is happening with Twitter? Like, what have I missed? Same.
It's nonsense. It's a constant.
Okay,
nonsense,
but nothing.
parade of
I haven't
nonsense.
missed any major stories since I've
No,
been
he's
gone.
letting. He's decided to allow political ads on it again entirely.
Okay.
They're still.
But not fact. They won't be fact checked or anything like that.
There's no fact checking
Right.
anymore. They've banned anybody who does something that Elon doesn't like.
Sure. And I saw that he got rid of their version of the oversight board, but that's not a surprise, obviously.
Yeah, he never had that really.
Never had it. He promised it and then took it back.
He promised it, didn't do it. But he also promised, he did a poll and he said he promised he would abide by the results, asking whether he should stay as Twitter's CEO.
Yeah.
And the results said no, he shouldn't.
Mhm.
And then he said, he basically went like, LOL, I'll try to find somebody who wants this job. And no one's ever heard of it again. He's still the CEO.
I mean, I guess
So-
I would take the job.
Well, a lot of people have been at Elon Musking saying, I'll do
Mhm.
it. And
I mean,
he
guess I'll do it.
responds occasionally saying like, you'll be sorry. Like it's that kind of thing.
I don't want to move to Texas, but I'll move to California.
Twitter's still in California,
for
which, by the way, Elon Musk is in the middle of a lawsuit.
This is
for
the only
Tesla.
headline I saw. Yeah, talk about this. This is the only one I saw. Is that he was he didn't think he could get a jury of peers in California
because he bought Twitter.
Yeah,
And everyone's so angry at him, he didn't think he could get a fair trial.
that's crazy. It's crazy
in
talk.
California.
Yeah.
Like, and so he wants it to trial in Texas. So literally, he's picking
Amazing. All right, go ahead. Twitter employees have started bringing what?
To bring what to the office after cuts? Is it desk chairs, sleeping bags, toilet paper, or small quantities of ecstasy and cocaine?
Oh, that's a. I don't know if do you want that? Yeah, well, I mean, would you want to be on ecstasy and cocaine at the Twitter office?
Well, I mean, if you have to stay up 24 hours a day to do the work,
that's the cocaine. But what's the ecstasy for? How's that going to?
Well, it makes you feel good while you're doing it.
I'm going to go in honor of my daughter, who she loves to tell this story. She's told it many times that so we forced her to go to school in rural France, and like I don't know, 7th, 8th grade, whatever. She had to bring in her own toilet paper into the bathroom stalls because this is the state of rural schools in France, I guess, and she loves telling the story. I don't know why. And
Does she like bringing toilet paper places or just the story?
She just loves the story, and there were no doors on the stalls. She likes that part of the story too. I don't know what's going on in France.
I don't know what's going on.
You go to Paris, everything's so beautiful, and yet you go somewhere else, you got to bring your own toilet paper.
7 minutes outside of Paris.
So I'm going to go toilet paper just because I like the sound of it.
That is correct.
Yeah, what?
They are
serious?
bringing, the reports are that employees are bringing toilet paper. So they're also being sued by the landlord for having not paid their rent since Elon Musk bought. So they've cut everything. We already talked about the auction they're having. They're selling everything, and I guess they're also selling the toilet paper because they're not buying anymore.
I don't even think that's funny. It's terrible.
It's a little funny. The final question, just to
well, before we get to that, what's amazing is that I was rolling my eyes a bit. I was like, this is probably a story from Business Insider. It's actually not. It's from Fortune magazine.
It might
actually be true. Might actually be true.
The first version I saw were like the Economic Times of India, and I was like, I don't know about that. And now it's everywhere. It's everywhere. The final question to catch you up on what you missed for the majority of your vacation. Vince McMahon is returning to be the CEO of WWE in order to sell the company. We talked about this morning. But he also did what as part of his return?
Oh, I don't know.
He announced a line of energy drinks called Brass Ass.
Yeah, maybe.
He purged the board of 2 members while two others resigned in disgrace.
Sounds plausible.
He made his daughter and son-in-law, who are currently the co-CEOs of WWE, the co-CEOs of WWE.
Wait, so the meaning of 3 co-CEOs? Is that what you mean?
Well, he would be CEO, and they're co-CEO because they're co-CEOs, so they're co-CEOs.
Assistant to the regional director?
That's right, assistant to the regional manager. Or announced a line of Vince McMahon NFTs.
Let's just go with that one.
That one is wrong.
Wait, what? Really? Tell me what's happening.
He purged the board. He has 80%.
Why does he need to do that? He left in disgrace, and the 2 co-CEOs were taking over. He completely owned anyway. It's his daughter and son-in-law, right? Like,
yep.
Why does he need to purge board members at all? He owns the board. He controls it.
So he does have 80% of the voting power at the company. Had it, kept it. He did say that he shouldn't have left in the first place. He was pressured out, and it appears that the purge is the people on the board who were pressuring him out.
Okay. So this is like the Papa John's part 2, basically.
Yeah, if Papa John said the N-word but also owned 80% of the voting power and then reinstalled himself as CEO and then kicked out Shaq.
This is terrible. This is shameful.
Those are the stories to get you up to date. Now we have the stories that we have the stories from today. Are you ready for today's stories?
God. Okay, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
These are the more modern stories. If I can find, here we go.
That's your idea of modern contemporary music?
Modern contemporary stories. That's what I think of.
Yeah.
Here are the stories emerging in the last few days. First up is Dana White, the CEO of UFC, the fighting, Ultimate Fighting Championship.
I don't know. Who cares?
UFC. You fight people with your fists.
Yeah.
A division of Ari Emanuel's.
Right?
and feet.
And elbows.
Kick, punch,
Anything.
bite. I don't know.
Yeah.
A division of Ari Emanuel's Endeavor, which is a publicly traded corporation, punched his wife at a New Year's celebration and did it on tape.
Oh.
Emanuel, who is his boss, has said of the incident, which of the following?
Wait, so we're still in quiz mode here?
We're in quiz mode. This is pure quiz mode.
Okay, all right.
I want you. We got to get you fully caught up so that tomorrow when you sit down,
By
you know what's
belittling
happening.
me. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Quote, it's about time.
Huh?
Remember what's happening. Dana White punched his wife at a New Year's celebration.
I don't like this story, by the way.
Ari Emanuel said of what at the incident?
Yeah.
It's about time. Quote, we are currently reviewing the situation. Quote, we reject domestic abuse and harassment in all its forms. The board and I have moved to place Mr. White on leave from his position pending a full investigation.
I don't believe that one.
Or nothing at all.
Well, look, I actually know that Ari Emanuel he's a known a-hole, right? The character on Entourage, the HBO show Entourage, played by Jeremy Piven, is based on this guy because he's just a known Hollywood a-hole.
Well, then
I'm just saying
he could have said half of those things.
I'm just saying exactly. I'm just saying this is what I know about him. So I'm going to say that he said. Well, clearly he's not going to fire Dana White. He's going to. I guess I'm going to say he said nothing.
That is correct.
Yeah.
He said zero
What does he
things.
care? Yeah.
Neither has the board. No one has actually. They've refused to comment on the situation.
That's
entirely.
embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, you'd think they'd figure that one out. It's like a Ray Rice situation, is what I saw the video.
Now let me ask you this.
Great.
Let me ask you this: would it be too woke of me to not want to invest in this company based on the behavior of CEO? Do I have that right as a shareholder? As a shareholder and or a stakeholder, can I divest in this company based on this? No, that would be woke.
Because you
right?
have to only do excellence investing, which is how much money they make.
All right, good.
All right. Next question. The day of Richard Branson's almost outer space flight, where you know the one where he went up, he did not pierce the mesopause.
Yeah, forgot about
Remember
this.
that?
Yeah.
Elon Musk went to his house to congratulate him that day. There's a picture of the two of them that was posted at the time. How did he go to his house to congratulate him? This is the new story. This is a brand new story. Came out yesterday. Did he do it in a Toyota Prius?
No.
He drove there in a Toyota Prius.
No.
B, at 2 a.m. with his 2-year-old son and woke up Branson at 2 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
C, bringing a cake that said "Sir in Space," a reference to the fact that Richard Branson has been knighted and he kind of trolled him. Or D, he didn't actually go. That picture was from months earlier, had nothing to do with the space flight, and he was busy thinking about buying Twitter at the time.
I to be honest, I don't really care about this, but I like the idea of showing up at 2 a.m. with a 2-year-old son. It just makes you look like you just don't understand living.
And that's the right answer. He actually showed up with his 2-year-old son.
Put that kid to bed.
2 in the morning.
That's terrible. No one needs this.
And Richard Branson was asleep. He's supposed to get ready like early in the morning to go on the flight. Wakes up Richard Branson in his New Mexico house to say,
that's like,
congratulations.
Yeah, it's like when you're coming home like on the subway like at 2:30 in the morning, and there's like these, these some parents have their 2 kids, like the toddlers, out at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
You just feel sad for everybody.
I went out somewhere at like 9 o'clock at night, and there was like a 4-year-old out, and I wanted to be like, excuse me.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Your child should not be awake.
No.
I'm sorry.
All right.
But I'm judgy. Number 3, catching you up in today's events. ChatGPT is everywhere. Do you know this thing?
Okay, so this landed right before I left, but I didn't explore it. I had a lot of my dopey friends kind of extolling its virtues, but I still don't really know what it is. It's some kind of AI that is smart. Is that what's going on?
It is a very stupid thing in which you chat with an AI bot.
Okay.
That's it.
I could just talk to you instead. I don't have to talk to it.
Well, but that spares you from having to hear anything you don't want to hear. So you can, but apparently it's actually been in the news a lot because there are people who are accusing it of plagiarism.
don't you have to make money to? What is the definition of plagiarism? Don't you have to make money to?
Well, it's
Isn't the whole internet plagiarism?
things that
I don't
appear
understand.
on like websites and in academic papers and
Yeah,
in all
welcome
these places
to the internet.
without referencing them.
That's
all.
That's the business model behind the entire internet.
In fact, there are teachers who are very concerned because students are asking ChatGPT to write their papers for it. They'll ask it a series of questions, copy and paste it, and it will turn that in as a paper. Because it knows stuff about stuff, apparently.
Have you ever heard of in-class essays, you dopey teachers?
The tech world, though, is heralding ChatGPT.
Okay.
Obviously.
Of course, they are.
As which of the following? A, the death of Google.
Whoa.
Right? Because if you could talk to the AI about, and it knows everything, why Google things. B, although they called TikTok the death of Google a month ago. So now ChatGPT is. B, a game changer for online retailers like Amazon.
Do they need a game changer?
The AI chatbot you can say, I'd like to buy that. They think that there's some serious risk there.
Okay.
Amazon. C, a huge win for Microsoft who invested early.
See?
Or D, a replacement entirely for academics because you can just ask the AI for the answers to things.
Okay. Let's go a huge win for Microsoft.
You would have been correct if you had said any one of them. They've been called all of those things right now.
How much did Microsoft invest? Do we know?
A lot, actually.
Okay. Are they one of the...
in the millions.
Is this a company, ChatGPT?
I think it's like a non-profit right now or like a foundation that's created it. But the technology is replicatable.
And where are you with this one? You care about this? You're interested?
So I talked to ChatGPT.
You did? Okay.
I did. I don't understand.
Right, like, but that's you in general, though. You don't seem to really understand.
So I don't like people, and I don't like fake people more than I don't like real people. Right? Like, I'm not one of those people who like is so socially needy that I will talk to something fake in order to satiate my need for human contact.
But you also have 3 children, so you're kind of done with everything.
Humanity, yes. Yeah, that's correct. I don't think this is. They just say that everything's a game changer and going to destroy everything else. I just don't think this is any more game changey than other things. Okay. I think someone's going to take the technology and weaponize it. I can imagine the first AI that tells you like that infects your brain and tells you're ugly and makes bulimics. Like I'm sure we're going to be doing that next.
So in a nutshell, this is just a really advanced AI. Is that really advanced AI chatbot? Is that what we're talking about?
Go to it after the show and just type in some stuff.
Okay.
And, although I did decline to talk about individuals, it won't talk about any people.
Okay.
So because I asked it about myself.
All right.
Next, Air India's CEO was forced to apologize for what?
Oh. So we've had in the time I've been gone, we've had 2 CEOs of major airline companies apologize for something. I like this.
That's correct.
All right.
You won. Was it a customer getting hammered and peeing on the woman in the seat next to him?
I mean, I want to... Okay.
Was it a customer who was forcibly dragged from a flight after losing his glasses, accidentally sitting in the wrong seat, and then refusing to move?
That sounds... Okay. Yeah, keep going.
Was it a 14-year-old who was stranded in an airport for 19 hours on Christmas Eve all by themselves?
Okay.
Or was it a customer's dog who's denied boarding after it refused to obey commands to stop sniffing other passengers' groins?
Wow, these are all good answers. What if the 14-year-old was Jewish, though? What do they care about Christmas Eve? I mean, if I was 14 years old, I would love to be stranded away from my parents for 19 hours.
I know, 14?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to. I that's the perfect age to be not with your parents.
That's not when you're sad.
And I love my parents, but I didn't want to be with them for 19 straight hours.
I mean, that's not.
Think
when
of all
sad.
the fun stuff you could get up to. But by the way, being alone in an airport for 19 hours
in
when
an
you're
airport,
a teenager.
you eat so many gummy bears. And
think how many Marlboro Reds you could smoke.
Oh well, that was a different time then.
That's true. I mean, these are all ridiculous. So I'll go with the most ridiculous, which is B. A customer was forcibly
dragged from the flight after losing his glasses, accidentally sitting in the wrong seat and refusing to move.
That's just ridiculous. What's the answer?
The answer is a customer getting hammered and peeing on the woman in the seat next to him.
Well, let me ask you this to be fair to the customer. Was it the seat directly adjacent or was it across the aisle?
No, it was directly adjacent.
Okay, well, what are you going to do? I don't even know why they serve alcohol in those flights. I don't really.
That would be the correct answer, but mostly to make people belligerent. That's really the only outcome.
Yeah, and to make a lot of money, right? I mean, the upcharge must be ridiculous.
I mean, $40 for like one sip of Cabernet Sauvignon made in my backyard. Number 5, the CES 2023, the Consumer Electronics Show conference.
That's
happened.
still a thing. Still
a thing.
Okay.
Still a thing. And it featured which of these? Yeah. An app that listens for each time you use a racial epithet and auto beeps you.
Oh, like this. Or.
Yeah, exactly. So every time if I were to say like the N-word, it would recognize it and then beep me before I finished.
What? Wait, what? Before you finished?
Yeah.
How would it understand? Okay, go ahead. What's next?
It's got to be listening. It's got to. It apparently it uses AI to track your
evilness,
your speech patterns.
Yeah,
and recognizes the probability that you're going to use a racial epithet, and then beeps you as it happens.
Okay.
Is it a robot capable of pre-cutting meat at restaurants for easier consumption?
You mean like if you get a tough steak and it'll do it right in your plate, like right?
Yeah, like they literally will take the plate and they put it. Before they serve it to you, they put it under the robot and it slices up the meat.
I like this.
So it's bite-sized pieces.
Yeah.
An app that uses augmented reality. Whenever you say augmented reality, I feel like it's like that just seems like a make-believe thing. Mm-hmm. Augmented reality to show you a variety of eyebrows on your face. Or is it facial recognition glasses that can overlay? So you put the glasses on, it overlays images of beautiful, famous people over your friends' faces.
Yeah.
And you can buy packages of the beautiful people that it does for $29.99 per package.
Stop. That's. I hope it's not that one. Robot capable of pre-cutting. These are. Really? I mean, that's all I can say. This is
one of these is real.
Really, one of these is real. It's really going to be one of these.
One of these is real. I left one out too because they did announce one that they are made 3D glasses for the metaverse, where you put something over your nose so you can smell the metaverse.
I feel like everything is becoming. Everything from a Silicon Valley episode is becoming true.
It's
everything
all
he
real.
made fun of, and let's not forget that the same creator of that show also created Idiocracy, the movie. The guy is a genius.
He sees it coming.
Yeah, he sees it coming. I don't know. Just because I want to hear the answer, I'll just guess an app that listens for each time you use a racial epithet and auto beeps.
So that's the wrong answer.
Okay.
Which would be great.
Yeah.
I can imagine that.
It'd be great for this show.
Yeah. It is an app created by L'Oreal for augmented reality so that you can put different eyebrows on your face.
And they're proud of this? Like they're so proud that they put it in a box and they drove all the way to Las Vegas.
They showed it off.
They checked into a hotel.
Show. They've got big demos of how it's going to work.
Well, you know that I remember this from Silicon Valley. I remember when the CEO founder of the app got fired from his own company. There was a board fight, and he got pushed out, and he was looking for a new job. And one of the new jobs he was looking for was a company that was putting mustaches on things. It was an app that it's the same stupid. So I don't think you're serious. I think you're kidding.
I'm not kidding. That's
terrible. That's what a terrible. We're doomed as a race.
If you think we're doomed, here's the last two to catch you up. But after this, you are fully caught up on the last 3 weeks of news.
Exciting.
You don't have to read a single thing.
This is one of my favorite shows in the last few days. Yeah.
A startup in San Francisco has figured out how to use CRISPR gene editing on meat.
I don't know what that means. Yep.
It means that they can edit the genes of meat and reproduce it so that you don't have to raise a cow.
Ooh, I like
You can actually just grow meat. It's lab-grown meat is what it is.
Finally.
They named themselves. Which of these names is the name of the company that's doing this in San Francisco? Yeah. Is it True Meat, spelled TRU meat?
Like Truman Show? Yeah, okay.
Or like True Value Labs.
True Value
like all
Labs.
Of the ESG groups. Is it Nearly Protein?
But it would be protein, wouldn't it? Okay.
Yeah, I guess I could see how it's kind of like protein adjacent. Is it Agri-Blood?
Oh, I wish it was that. That's a fun name.
Agriculturally grown blood, I guess.
Yeah, I like that one.
Or is it Sci-Fi Foods?
That seems too easy. I hope it's Agri-Blood. Let's go with that. Oh.
It is Sci-Fi Foods.
It really is? That's so boring.
That's the real name.
Pedestrian.
Not only is it boring, but would you buy meat from a company that advertises the fact that it's science fiction food?
No, I don't know why the startup didn't consult me, but I think for a company like this, which, by the way, I like this idea for a company, but I think you should name it something boring, like something that doesn't refer to yourself. So you shouldn't scare people off with your name. It should just be like Container Brands Inc. or something. You know what I mean? Like, right? Why do you have to do some silly, jokey name? Because it makes you sound, A, kind of scary, and B, just sort of silly. I don't know.
I mean, if this was an episode of Parks and Rec in which the people of Pawnee, Indiana, had gained 6,000 pounds collectively because of consumption of Sci-Fi Foods meat.
Yeah.
You would believe everything I just said as an episode of Parks and Rec, right? So that's not what your name should be. Finally.
Yes. Ooh, there's a finally on this show?
This is the last one.
Okay.
Which of these terms are hot in 2023?
Okay. They're already hot in 2023.
They're already hot. I'm seeing them everywhere. Nepo babies.
Oh, I did hear this term. Yeah, go ahead.
Describing executives who got their jobs through nepotism.
I heard this, yes.
Rage applying. It's the opposite of quiet quitting. It's applying to jobs after you didn't get a raise or a promotion. Rage applying.
I like that. Rage applying.
Return tsunamis, which describes the return season after the holidays for consumer retail brands.
Return tsunami, yeah.
Or southwested.
Ooh, yeah.
Describing being in the boarding line for your flight when it is spontaneously canceled.
I like that one because just like in the vein of Googling something or using a Kleenex, it's not a tissue, it's a Kleenex. I like the idea of southwested.
You just got southwested.
Yes, please let that be the answer.
That is not the answer. In fact, that is the only one that is not real.
Is that right?
All the other ones are real.
Rage applying. That's look. Having grown up in a punk and post-punk era, that's not a real rage. If you want to understand rage, call me. Rage applying is not real rage.
Quiet quitting was doing your job.
And you're not supposed to quiet quit. You're supposed to quit with gusto. How dare you?
Who hasn't spent their entire career rage applying to a different job because you hate your job? That's just called being alive. That's it for the Damion Quiztacular Catch-Up Show. We are Business Pants. That's Damion Rollis. I'm Matt Muscardi. Free float. Come back tomorrow. I don't know. Are we doing something tomorrow?
I don't know.
Damien's got to get back up to speed. He now knows what the news is, but we are going to figure out our schedule. We will definitely be back Wednesday for Woke Wednesday. We'll be back Thursday and Friday for probably what is going to be a 2-part prediction series.
Ooh.
But we'll discuss.
Wow.
Right?
Sure.
I don't know. Make me a liar. We'll see you then. Goodbye.